Hey everybody, I got a stock for you to take advantage of or take a look at today. The stock is up over 600% over the last year, and the stock's news today tells me that it is debt-free. That's more than enough to move any stock to the moon. So keeping that in mind, if you're interested to know more about this stock, you sit right there. Hey everybody, my name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. My pleasure to be here. Today we're going to talk about a stock that, with the news that came out today, is a debt-free stock. The stock's name is Torchlight Energy. Now, this is in the petroleum field. My feel on petroleum is, in order for petroleum to move, demand needs to come into play. Guess what? With the current administration that we have right now, demand may be picking up. We're going through our oil supplies, and now if we start running out of the oversupply, we'll be looking at getting into our own supply, not oversupply, and that should actually create demand. But if a company's telling me that the stock is now debt-free, that is a huge piece of news to take advantage of. Let's go take a look at the story. Torchlight Energy, stock higher on becoming debt-free. Torchlight Energy was up 35% pre-market. It announced that its only remaining secured note holder had converted all of its $1.5 million into common stock at a conversion of $1.50 per share. This was just put out yesterday, so this is hot off the press and what you need to look at in regards to this. So just think about that. A company is debt-free in an industry that could start to move due to oil inventories starting to diminish. Demand may prop up. This may be a beautiful play to take a look at. All right, let me get into the VectorVest software and let's go take a look at the stock. Now, before I go to take a look at this stock, I'm going to give you some stats on the stock. The story is that the stock is becoming debt-free. It was up over 630% over the last year. That's a huge move in the stock. 35 institutional investors are behind it, so it does have some institutional backing. The stock is hitting now all-time new highs on the stock, and it trades on an average of 19 million shares a day, which ensures a good amount of liquidity to get in and out of the stock. Now with the stats, let's analyze the stock. The stock is currently trading on the over-the-counter or NASDAQ. It's trading at $4.03 with a value of 14 cents. Now, our value is what we feel the stock is currently worth based on earnings per share, based on earnings growth rate, along with other proprietary indicators. But it gives me an indication of where the stock's price is trading in regards to its value. Now, because the stock is grossly overvalued, it doesn't make it a bad stock. It just means that people are willing to pay a premium for the stock, and based on the news, that makes sense. If you're looking at an oil company that is now saying that it is debt-free and the pickup in demand, this may not be a bad play. And as the stock tends to grow in earnings and earnings growth rate, that value will change, but currently you're paying a premium to own it. Let's look at our other indicators. Relative value looks at a stock's long-term upside potential, and we compare it to a AAA corporate bond. It gives us a feel of if the stock can outperform the market over the next 1 to 3 years. With a relative value so low, below 1, right now the stock should not outperform the market. But wait. The news could be the driving factor to turn that story around. Relative safety is an indicator of risk. How risky is the stock? On that scale between 0 and 2, relative safety below 1, you're going to assume a little risk in order to play this trade. Now, the technical indicator we have, relative timing, tells me that the stock is not only in an uptrend, but it's in a good uptrend. Relative timing at 1.95 on a scale between 0 and 2, this stock is moving. This is being news-driven by that information of the stock being debt-free, probably amongst other things. So we tie this all in together, the demand picking up, they are debt-free, they are trading at a premium, but those stories behind the news or behind the stock could be a driving factor to move it higher, especially knowing that relative timing is above the value of 1. CI, an indicator called comfort index, the stock's ability to withstand long or lengthy price declines. So even though the stock is overvalued, the relative value is not there, the relative safety is not there, this stock tends to go up more than it goes down. Put these two technical indicators together. This is more of a technical play. This is more of an aggressive play, especially knowing that the fundamentals behind the stock are not truly there. Earnings per share, -7 cents with a negative earnings growth rate. But wait, if the company is really looking at the opportunity to become debt-free, that will turn around. This could be a good early opportunity on a petroleum stock to take advantage of going forward. Even though everything is not in place right now, this is a good potential play. This is more of a speculative play, and it's more of a technical play. This is not where you take all of your retirement money to put into, but you can take some money with the anticipation that the stock's price should go higher. Well, how do I know if the stock's price should go higher? Well, I go and look at a graph to help me to determine how to time the trade at the right time. So if I right click and I go over to view the stock graph, I'm going to bring that up. And I am going to look at the last 1 month of trading. Notice that the stock's price has been very dormant for a lot of the year before it started having more activity and moving higher. Let's go put this on a 1 month graph. I like to use a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. It does a great job of keeping me in a trending stock, and it gives me a great idea of not how to get spooked out of a stock just because it either moves down or sideways. Looking for the majority of this 1 month time period, the 3 was above the 8, riding. And here's where a lot of times a lot of people get spooked out of a stock. The stock's price starts moving sideways. I do have a level of support sitting back here at $1.36. The 3 and the 8 finally did fail here, bounced off support, great new entry, and that's what I'd like to see you guys do. Get in at the right time, take your profits at the right time, and let the stock come to you and wait for a good buying opportunity. 3-8 cross, beautiful opportunity, spike up on relative timing, put those two together. Wow, you can barely go wrong when that happens. The 3 and the 8 continued to move up. Now, the stock price gapped up a couple of days ago based on the news that we just talked about. Where would I look to get in right now? Well, because the stock is hitting new all-time highs, I would wait for an entry of 5 cents higher than the high, which would give me a price of about $4.88. Why would I not buy today? Well, today's price is lower than yesterday's close, but I do like something here. Today's candle is a red candle because it's lower than the prior day, but it's an open candle, which looks at the open price, started at $3.95. The price right now is at $4.07. There's a lot of buying going into the stock. And again, it adds to my story of this could be a good upside play based on the news and based on the market's conditions when it comes down to petroleum right now. I would still let this trade come to me. 5 cents higher than the high. Always want to buy as the stock's price is rising. Everybody's going to say, no, you want to buy low and sell high. I want to buy on confirmation as the stock's price is moving. I love that RT is above the value of 1. For the most part over the last week, the stock's price has been trading above the average volume. So there's a lot of interest behind the stock. So given all of that information, this is a stock to definitely consider. Let the trade come to you, time the trade because the fundamentals are not there just quite yet. But if the stock is really going to be, or the company is really going to be debt-free, you're going to see a lot of that information turn around pretty quickly. You don't want to miss your opportunity to be in on this trade. Just time it. So folks, if you like the commentary that you've heard here today, comment on the commentary, subscribe to the channel. If the subscribe button is red, hit that subscribe button, smash the bell icon, and guess what? If you like the analysis that you got here, look in the description. You'll find a link for a free stock analysis report that you can get for up to 3 of your own stocks. Let VectorVest show you what it thinks about your stocks. With that, folks, until the next time, you guys have an awesome day.